Okay, we're rolling, Ronnie. Hold on one second. And go for it, Ron.
Hey there, you girls, boys, non-binaries. This is your boy Ron Dawson coming at you with another episode of Dungeons and Durags with the fellas. We missed them last week because they were playing football or something. Something about football and fantasies. They're having fantasies and playing football. So, black people being black people, they just didn't show up. So I did a lone episode, but they're back in the house, and we have quite a bit.
The band is back together.
The band is back together. It was quite a week, gentlemen. Earlier this week, the Secretary of War.
What is it good for?
Decided to call from every corner of the earth, every single first, second, 1, 2, and 3, and 4-star general on the face of the planet, all the high-ranking officers. First of all, I don't know enough about military protocol, but it seems kind of dangerous to literally have everyone
extremely
in one room.
Every single, including the president of the
Every
United
single
States.
commanding
if Vladimir Putin got up to it and got some evil thoughts, he said, you know what, why don't we just drop a bomb right now, right there?
Iran.
Yeah, anybody.
Every general and the president and all in one location.
Let's get them all in one room, shoulder to shoulder.
But beyond that,
Break out the Jewish space lasers. It's over. Boom.
Exactly.
but beyond that, I think one of the generals said that this was the quintessential example of this could have been an email.
And while they're all here, let's put it on Signal.
Right.
But here's what I find interesting. JD, do you have the image up for a good audience?
Let me switch over. Hold on one second.
Okay, we're gonna bring up the audience of the
I got
generals.
it up now.
And you can see the four of us.
The
Right?
distinguished.
If you're watching our page, you'll see us. Yeah.
Of our
All right, so here's the
military.
A key part of his speech was we're getting rid of all this DEI stuff. We got to get rid of this woke stuff. And you would get the impression that there was a problem of DEI. Like, we have too much diversity.
Right. Look at all that diversity in that shot. Look at all that diversity.
I mean, you can
There's
count
too
on
much
one
woke stuff.
hand.
I can see.
I see one woman.
5, 6, 7 black people.
You see 7 black people. That's
One woman.
That's 7 black people too much. How did these N-words get in my military? It's just, first of all,
8.
I want to know.
I see 8 too. Yeah.
What was that brother in the front thinking when he was giving his DEI talk?
The 4-star general, you mean? The 4-star general, brother?
I just want to know. Someone give that brother a microphone, please, because I want to know what was going through his head when he was listening to that nonsense.
Crazy.
You have to think. I mean, these are highly, highly accomplished individuals. And I know that they, for lack of a better word, are programmed in some way to, follow orders. They're soldiers.
And they're also, there's a protocol to not say anything. Like when they go to the president, they're like the Supreme Court. Like when you go, you're not supposed to show your allegiance in any way. That's,
Like what Ron alluded to. If you, just had a drink with one of these brothers in a bar somewhere just to get their thoughts. I mean, my goodness. First of all, it's insulting to them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Completely.
And I mean, it's just
and to have someone who rose to the rank of major. I don't even think he was a full major. I'm not sure what. I'd have to look up exactly what his exact rank was. But for him to be giving a lecture to these men about what is
them,
but what is
his
superiors
in every way,
right?
What would you say is the average number of years each one of these men, on average,
oh my God,
and women have been in the military?
30,
20?
20.
At least 20. At least 20. Probably 30.
So
you talking about generals? You know how long it takes you to move up?
In the room.
No, thousands of years. You're talking about cumulatively it's thousands of years. You're looking at thousands of years out there.
Cumulatively,
Right. That's the point I was getting to. You stole my thunder, JD.
Sorry.
I was going to do the math. I was going to calculate.
Let me spare you. Let me spare you. It's thousands of years.
Let me save you the work.
Right.
Thousands of years of experience to some dude
who's been in office, who got gifted an appointment in office.
Right.
What? He's been in less than a year.
So here's the thing. This
6 months.
This actually kind of gave me hope because I know there's no way these men and women came away from this meeting after hearing Pete Kegsbreath and after hearing Donald Trump.
Whiskey breath. Oh, Whiskey Pete.
Whiskey Pete. They come away thinking that, oh yeah, those are people that I want to follow.
Right.
So,
but their post kind of obligates them to follow, at least for now. I mean, until there's just something totally egregious.
Right. That's and that's
they
the point I'm
just
getting at.
can't do, with consciously do. Although maybe a handful of them do follow.
Yeah, there's some that I'm sure there are some there that are cool with it.
Precarious position.
I'm sure you have the Jack Nicholson versions of generals in this, because that was another part of his speech. He basically wanted to bring back Code Red. It sounded like, for those who
he's Slim Pickens from Dr. Strangelove.
Right. If you see A Few Good Men, one of the key parts of that story was a Code Red where an enlisted man died.
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth. So he wants to bring that back. And apparently that's been like out of the military since 1980. So he wants to bring back something that's been out for like 40 years. For good reason. So these men did not come away having, if anything, they probably have even less respect.
Oh, I'm sure.
But it was funny. So I was asking ChatGPT, what is the recourse of generals if the commander-in-chief or the Secretary of Defense /War wants to do something heinous, something that you feel like goes against. And they say, well, the recourse is they can, obviously, if it's an illegal act, they don't have to do it. But one recourse is to turn to Congress.
Oh, yeah, that'll work.
We're depending on Congress.
Right.
Really?
See the Chuck Schumer.
ChatGPT obviously hasn't learned everything.
Turn to Congress.
You must research Grok on Grok. I'm sure he told you that.
The recourse you have if a president is ordering something that goes against the Constitution, whatever, is the Congress and Amendment 25, and then also the Supreme Court.
Right. Yeah. Dude, good luck with that.
We're in trouble.
Right.
It's like, can a general order a code red on the president?
Right. So, I mean, and the only reason I was asking is because, one of the fears of any authoritarian regime is it can only work if the military is behind you. If you don't have the military, you can't do jack.
That's the playbook.
So that's why I had a ray of hope, because I believe that these men and women actually live up to the oath that they took. And when you have the commander-in-chief saying that we want to use American cities as training grounds.
That's crazy. It's so crazy.
Like, dude, come on. They're just saying it out loud.
Yeah.
They're just saying it out loud.
Which they always do, but it's just little drips at a time. Just constantly move that
frogs in a pot. Just frogs in a hot pot.
Just turn up the heat a little more. Next thing you know, you got soldiers training in the city. Rounding up homeless, shooting people on the street, and it just becomes the norm.
Yeah,
and all it takes, as it was. Sort of depicted in the movie Civil War, it only takes a small faction of the military to decide, okay, we're going to go along with this. Yeah. Now, it doesn't take all of it.
Yeah.
It just takes a small faction. I mean, that's when you have Civil War.
Although in the movie, I don't know, they didn't really say the size of the military that went along with President.
Well, as far as we know, it was the what? The West.
It was enough to have an army.
Texas and California. That kind of seceded and resisted. Yeah, it was enough to have an army and
those were the good guys, California and Texas. No,
I'm talking about the people that went along with the president.
Right. I wanted them to explain in that movie, how did California and Texas ended up.
Right,
Well,
right.
Texas,
That's-
I was shocked, but I think it was kind of alluding to this whole sort of free spirit that Texas has kind of had.
Pretty
for a
libertarian,
while
like.
now. Yeah, they're almost libertarian. They're almost like nobody's going to rule us. We're Texas.
Mhm.
So
Right.
that's the impression I got.
Right. If we don't want any damn construction permits or energy permits, we'll
We
let
don't
the
want
whole energy
anybody
system,
telling us what to do.
shut down.
You know.
Yeah.
So-
Right.
Hmm.
Have you guys ever seen the movie American Insurrection?
Have not.
Nope.
It's worth the watch. Basically, it's
It's a
about
fictional movie.
I've seen Battlefield
Yeah,
of Earth. Battlefield of Earth.
it
Battlefield
kind
of
of takes place like in a
I've seen one battle after another.
Earth. Oh, did you?
Check it out.
I heard it's good. I heard it's like
What's
Maybe
going
film
on
of the year, film of the year.
by the way,
All right.
Mr.
Let's stay on topic.
yeah.
here.
Sorry.
That's okay. American Insurrection is a movie. It kind of takes place kind of like in a similar time frame as Civil War, and it's some type of not too distant future where it's an authoritarian regime, and there are basically white supremacist factions that are sort of like the secondhand army to the president, and they go around, and people in the LGBTQ community and Muslims have to be branded in order to
Oh,
get
shit.
different
So
stations. And
basically,
there's drones-
ICE and the Proud Boys.
Right.
Yeah, essentially yes. And so, drones go around, fly around, looking for
Wow.
people, people in those communities.
Wow.
But what was interesting, one of the this isn't too much of a spoiler, but one of the storylines is they capture like one of these men, and they put him in cuffs on this barn, and the people
who
they're trying to
captures
escape to Canada. There's like these
Who
this
is
white
they?
couple.
Who is they and him?
That's what I'm going to tell you.
Oh,
So
okay.
the heroes are like this white couple,
Yeah.
and they have a small gathering of people. One of the people is gay. One of the person is this Muslim woman, and they're trying to get their friends to escape to Canada. It's always Canada,
It's always Canada.
always
Canada's
the
our
savior.
savior.
right?
America's
It's
hat.
all in the
America's hat.
mountains.
Right. So they're trying to escape to Canada, and they capture one of these Proud Boy type characters, and they lock him up in the barn. And the Muslim woman, basically, long story short, the Muslim woman and this captured person kind of develop a friendship and a trust.
Oh, shit.
And
Oh
she says
shit!
to him,
Oh shit!
no, she's married. It's nothing like that.
No,
But
I understand that. It's
So
like
happen-
she's just slipping.
they just so happen to cast the finest actress to portray this Muslim.
she was attractive. She wasn't like the finest or anything. But the point the point
Why couldn't
was,
she just be ugly or average?
I didn't say she was attractive. You
That
said
would
she
have been.
was.
First of all, have you seen Ron's Taste of Women? Have you seen Ron's Taste of Women? First of all,
Why you
listen.
talking about?
I don't know. It could be
Are you-
excellent.
are
It could be
you-
excellent. It could be excellent. I'm just saying. We got to set a standard. We got to see
All I'm
what
saying
we
is
talk about.
you can't be casting, Frida Pinto or Padma Lakshmi to play the Muslim.
Right.
Talking about, it's such a stretch for them to fall in love.
The character did not fall in love. What had happened was
But they developed a
they
trust.
developed a friendship
and that
talking
trust
about.
involved nudity.
they-
She had to get baptized in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. Oh, that's not Lake Minnetonka. That's not Lake
We
Minnetonka.
must pray.
Right. 5 times a day. 5 times a day.
they developed a friendship, and she asked him, if your fellow Proud Boys came and they wanted to take me, would you let them? And he said no. Basically, he said because you're different. And it was a great way of just explaining how when you actually get to know somebody else
Yeah.
and to get to know who they are, you could see in real time how he kind of changed his mindset about Muslims actually when he actually got to know one. I say all that because that movie portrays a very realistic world of where like this country could go, where it's not full-blown civil war, it's not full-blown Gilead, but it is the kind of thing where you have an authoritarian president. He has Proud Boy-like factions all around the country who have been deputized to basically brand gay people and Muslims. And so it was I could see us going to something like that in a worst case scenario.
It would just be crazy though, dude, because it would be like block to block.
Away from that.
Yeah.
With what ICE is doing now, we're
Yeah.
one step away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can see little steps like trying to take away your birthright citizenships and
Yep.
all that kind
Right.
of stuff. Smaller steps that would lead to basically branding, not branding, but you know what I mean. Like you have to do something to be able to stay into in this country,
Right.
and you have to be
What I wonder
pointed
about,
out.
what I wonder is that, like, say, the Tangerine Idi Amin loses bigly in the midterm, and then like his rest of his presidency kind of thwarted. Uh, I wonder, like, when he's out of power and gone, all these people that were his sycophants or whatever, if they're going to be in trouble, or if they're going to be able to hide under their umbrella of, oh, well, the president can do whatever he wants, so we're just following orders. Because all these fools should be, and if they broke laws, they should get the full extent of the law thrown at them.
Right. And no, I agree. They're criminals. The only problem I have with that is, once again, we're depending on almost like a single event to correct all the damage and wrong that's being done right now. Like everybody is hoping that the midterms provide the solution, but that also relies on it actually being a fair election, which, as we know, there are certain parts in the world where, yeah, sure, elections, are held. There's voting. There's quote unquote voting that's done. But I mean, how long has Putin been in power?
Yeah.
30 years?
Oh, no, yeah, it could all go sideways quick. I mean, but if that happens, I think because we
I
have.
just don't think we can rely on the midterms to save us.
Oh, no. But that is a huge. For me, that to me is like, I'm not relying on it. I'm just saying, outside of that, there's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just full speed ahead on the course that we're on. But I think for them to monkey with the elections will be, I'm not saying they couldn't, but it'd be very telling because the way it's at least set up now.
They haven't.
No, well, but now you have like Republicans and Democrats monitoring everything, because they're, the Republicans are always talking about, oh, they're stealing votes or whatever, which is ironic because they're the only ones that were actually stealing votes during the past several elections. They were the ones caught with illegal voting. Some people voted who were Democrat. They might have had a felony record, didn't realize they weren't technically supposed to, but there were Republicans that were literally trying to, falsify votes. There was like 11 instances of it. So they're always, it's always a case of them projecting on the other side what they're doing themselves. But and also water is wet. Newsflash.
any last comments on these generals?
Air is clear.
Right.
Do we think that this could be? Do we think this could turn the tide in some way? That with this many leaders in the terms of the direction.
Oh, let me go back. You still talking about them generals?
The generals, yeah, and all the leaders. Like,
I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it.
Right.
I mean, like, we have to remain hopeful, right? But I don't bank on like there's the whole thing of we've been so dependent on the decency of humans to keep things in line, keep things in order. And that's failed repeatedly. I mean, I feel like because of that, that's how someone like Trump is able to come into power and just exploit the system to the hilt. Yeah. Because it's all, I mean, even the Constitution, it's all written on, it's all totally dependent on the decency of humans to do the right thing and act the right way. Yeah. Well, what if somebody doesn't?
Yeah.
I mean, you can like run wild.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's been proven time and time again on a smaller scale. You can basically get away with, crime does pay. And I mean, I feel like people have proven that throughout history. And I feel like our country has never really prepared itself. I mean, people reacted, but again, Biden was in office for 3.5 years and nothing was done. And I get it. Like there were other things to do. And, he was trying, but nothing was put into place to prevent this fool from getting back in office.
All right, somebody's audio's coming in.
I think that's JD's.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to double check.
So
Supposed to be a professional operation.
Hey, man, you know how we do it down here. Yeah.
We keep it real ratchet. So yeah, I just don't know if the decency, this whole decency approach. I mean, I don't have much faith in it. I'm hopeful, I'm prayerful, but I don't know. It's just I feel like it's let the country down. It's let us down. It's let humanity down time and time again. So
yeah,
we'll see.
We shall see.
Yeah. I know we don't try to get into politics too much. I just want to say one thing that I wanted to quiz you guys or query y'all on. Last night I was watching our man Bill Maher and
I knew you were gonna say that.
and he had Van Jones on. And Van Jones made a good point. He was saying that he thinks the Democrats are making a big mistake by trying to fight Trump.
Timing.
Yeah, he said Democrats do the wrong thing at the wrong time for the right reasons always. That's what they always do. And he's like saying he thinks that he should just let Trump and them get what they want with this bill, because either way we're going to experience pain. But now if it's a pain that we're experiencing because the Democrats are fighting the Republicans, that there's a way for the Republicans to blame the Democrats. But he is pointing out that in like a month or he said right when everything was about to get bad for everybody in the country because of the Republicans' plans. Because basically what the Democrats are trying to do is stop this, the big beautiful bill going through, or
reverse some of it.
Yeah, they want to. They're trying to stop They're trying to extend the benefits for the Obama healthcare plan, amongst other things. But he's saying just let it go through, because when it becomes a total shit show, the only ones that are going to be responsible and people can point their finger to is Republicans. The Democrats will be out of the equations, but hey, you did everything. It's all Donald Trump. It's all you guys want to do. This is what you got. And it'll be ahead of the going back to the midterms. It'll be something that precedes the midterms. Whereas if we keep fighting it and dragging it on, the longer it takes to get to the midterms and the more culpable the Democrats kind of become in this situation. Oh, that's a pretty good idea.
Once again, I mean, I get what he's saying, and I think in a logical sense, it holds water. But once again, I feel like Van Jones, first of all, I mean, I know he said he talked to Schumer 3 months ago or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, Van, if you got all the answers, then do something, dude. Like it's easy to comment on this shit. And then he's also saying like, well, let it become a shit show. But
well, remember, no. But do remember, it's going to be a shit show either way. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Where we're at, it doesn't matter.
But he's also saying like, once it becomes a shit show, people are going to realize. I don't know if that's going to be the case.
Well, no. I think what he's saying,
it's already a shit.
Well, wait. Let me rephrase it, because I don't think he's saying they'll realize. What he'll say, the point he's trying to make is that you can't point the finger. No, you can't point the fingers at Democrats because they're not in the way. It's like, oh, the Republicans did everything they want to do, and here we are. Whereas now it's like the Republicans, which are masters at messaging, that way more so than the Democrats, they'll be able to. They're already doing it, and the Democrats are already starting to buckle. I can already feel it. We were 36 hours in, and the Democrats are clutching their pearls and getting all nervous.
Didn't we already argue that the Republicans are to blame for most of what's going on now?
Well,
they own the House.
That's us.
They're totally in power.
But you say that, dude, and you feel that way. But there are a lot of independent people and Republicans who will probably vote against them if they don't tune into Fox News or don't get their messaging from somewhere else. When the Republicans again, look at this first week. They're saying it's the Schumer shutdown. They're putting everything. How is that even possible? It's like, no, it's all them.
You just said Republicans are the masters of spinning things. But they will just come out and say something, even though it's not true. They will send out that message repeatedly because all they need are a few.
Well, they'll take cover. Well, listen, they'll take cover and say, "Well, we were just doing the press." They won't be able to point. It's almost like when we watch those reality shows and the people say, well, I'm not really like that. Well, yeah, but it was on camera. But if we're not on camera, they're not going to have anything to talk about. So then they'll start running, well, the president, we were just following the president. It's going to be, the president. I don't know. I just thought it was a very interesting point. Again, You know,
Yeah.
here I am trying to even run this little podcast unsuccessfully. So I'm not a politician. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
You know,
I'm just saying that was a very
No,
interesting
I hear
point
what
to
you-
me,
I
and
hear
I was
what
like,
you're saying.
whoa,
No.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Because it's paying either way. It's paying either way, and I'd rather it not be on the Democrats. You know,
I think Van makes interesting points. I also think Van.
yeah, he's got a track record.
You know, it's like, nigga, you've been sitting in the back seat for how long? Like, dude, get off the fucking sidelines, man. Like, do something. So
I guess in his way he thinks he's trying. I mean, he is a journalist. I mean, how much can he
Yeah,
do?
no, I
He's
get
a
it.
commentator. He's not really a politician, but
He's not
Yeah.
really a politician, but
he can affect things.
He
He knows
dips his
people.
toe into politics.
Well, I'm just
often
glad
enough.
I'm just glad he speaks on it. That's all I'm saying. I'm glad he brought it up. That was a good point, fair point. Because I was like, before I heard him say that, I was all rah. Let's give it to him. He'll fight like hell. But then I'm like thinking, oh yeah, if we just step back and they're the only ones at the dice table, there's like, okay, this is your casino. This is what you did.
Right. No, and at the same time, look, Democrats have found ways to misstep repeatedly.
Perpetually. That's all they do. That's all they
You
do.
fucking Keystone Cops.
Yeah.
Like,
I have no faith in Schumer or
yeah, there's idiots on the Republican side, but damn, we got just as
yeah,
many
absolutely.
on the Democrat side. Like,
True.
we just got a house of fucking idiots.
Right.
Like, just
Right.
get them all out.
Right. Where's my glasses? I was going to do an impersonation of Schumer. We are going to send a strongly, firmly worded letter to Donald Trump. Yeah.
Oh, you got to put your glasses
All the way to the end of your nose. I thought I had some up here. I can't find them. Where am I at? Glasses
Get
at?
his old
Yeah.
ass out.
Give him a strong talking to. Listen here, young man.
As the new image on the screen suggests,
On to Sydney Chandler.
that
Yeah.
is new topic: Alien Earth, the finale.
Or as it's known in
did y'all
certain
see it?
parts, Alien Earth.
Earth.
Comments. Did you guys like the finale? And which?
Wait, Javon, did you see it?
First comment has
Yeah, I
Javon
actually
caught
went
us.
ahead and
Should,
watched it.
yeah, should we
all
put
of it?
spoilers? Wait. Should we put spoilers?
No,
Wait, for everybody listening right now, we're getting ready to get in some ish. So if you haven't seen it and don't want to, while this is up, consider this a spoiler signal. While this frame is up on the screen,
So if you don't want to hear, tune out.
right? You've been warned.
Including you, Javon.
La 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 la.
So first of all, did you guys like the finale? And two, how did you think? What did you think of the season overall?
I like the finale. I thought the season was great.
Yeah.
I love the show.
Yeah.
I like the finale in that, you know, it left everything open ended. So I'm very hopeful that there will be a season 2.
They did already greenlit.
I don't think the finale was like great, but it was good enough. I mean,
Yeah.
there were some good things. You know, I like the Kirsch
if I may,
character.
hold on, Adu.
Go ahead.
This is a quote from Adu Black. Alien Earth finale, all caps, brilliant! Exclamation point.
Right. Yeah, that doesn't sound like the dude. Yeah.
I did enjoy it.
Now he's like,
Now, you know,
I don't know.
looking back, there were some things that I was like, but still, overall, I would give it definitely 90%. You know,
The
there are
finale
little
or the
things-
overall season?
There are little. The season, yeah, close to 100%. The finale, 90%. Yeah, there are little things.
It wasn't the strongest episode, so it's like, but
Yeah, it wasn't.
All right,
There
so
were
here's-
stronger episodes.
Here are a couple of the critiques I've heard of this episode from this one particular podcast that I listen to. David Chen on Decoding TV. He also does the film / podcast.
Yeah.
And on Decoding TV, he and Patrick Klepek, who's his co-host, they were talking about it. They hated the episode. They thought it was horrible. And I thought some of the points they were making was good. They said that, one, for instance, throughout this whole season, you're building up Kirsch. That Kirsch has some plan. He's doing something.
That's what I was getting to. Like,
And then it didn't go
he just
anywhere.
took
Like,
out Curse like he was nothing.
right. Especially human. Like, come on, dude. You know, I know the human at least he is cyborg or whatever, but
Cyborg.
But beyond that, what was his plan? Like, what was he up to? They felt like he was letting things happen.
right.
I feel like
Because he
he
had
was
particular
like,
plan.
We were going towards a coup or something.
Right.
Right.
Like
like he was really the one pulling the strings, and so that kind of went.
Well,
nowhere.
let me say this while we're on Kirsch.
And maybe he believes he was.
But to me, it felt like Kirsch was in line with all the other sense that we've ever seen. Because they're always curious about the organisms and how they work and how they operate. And so I always felt through the show, he was just like letting shit happen to see how they maneuvered, how they operated, how they behaved.
Yeah.
And that's what I got from him. I didn't think that he was trying to. At first I did. At first I, is this guy doing? But then I started thinking about, oh, well, in Alien, we had the same thing with the synth there who was, he was very fascinated by how the organism attacked the human body.
Are you talking about Bishop? Or are you talking
No. I'm talking about, I can't remember.
The original.
Yeah.
Ash.
Right.
Yeah, Ash. He,
But you got to remember, Ash, his directive was also bring the organism.
I know, but there's ways you can do that. There's ways you can do that. His order wasn't, hey, let it attack humans. And see, but he was.
Still don't understand why they always want to bring this motherfucker back. Like, y'all can't even control it.
Yeah.
Control these xenomorphs, and you always want to bring them back. Like,
Do you realize how much that is worth to the Defense Department?
They can't control it.
Right. It's just acid. It's just acid. We can make this acid. Nothing else that benefits from this creature. It's just acid. And maybe they got Wi-Fi. They can communicate with each other through Wi-Fi. But other than that, we got all those already.
Unless you have your girl doing her clicks, you can't control
right. And you can't control her. That's a whole other problem. Now you got two problems.
And JD, earlier this week, you and I were talking, you felt like she basically has the power of Neo.
And I understood. No, listen, I thought that was cool, and I understood, she's able to tap into the network. But for me, one of the things in this episode that brought me out was it just felt like, bam, she just had this ability all of a sudden and was controlling everything, where she could freeze a nigga in midstream, mid punch. I'm like, okay, this is like. Because part of it was when she was swiping through screens, some of the other humans were too. So I didn't know where her abilities stopped and others went beyond what humans could do. And I knew she had some connections to the network, but man, they weren't bullshitting. She had mad connections to the network where you could just stop a synth in midstream. I'm like, okay.
Her abilities. I'm blanking on the character's name, but are we assuming
Wendy?
Wendy.
Yeah.
Yes. Are we assuming that her abilities are learned because she was one of the first, or are we?
Well, that's the thing. Like we don't
They don't really make it clear.
The boy Cavalier give her. Additional.
He seemed to have more affection for her, but they didn't make it clear. I was always waiting for why is she special over the other ones. We never really got.
I definitely get the impression. I get the impression that she's special, and if they have a season 2. We'll probably learn why she's special. Like maybe Dame
she retained some of her humanity.
Like maybe was it Julia or
Curly?
The name of,
Curly.
Curly or Nibs?
Or Nibs.
No. The woman.
The mother.
Yeah,
the psychologist, the psychiatrist.
Did she do something?
Yeah. Did she Did they do something?
I don't think so. I don't know. But here's the thing. Well, the thing is Nibs is obviously strong as her because Nibs ripped the whole dude's jaw off his face. So
they're all strong.
Yeah, I think so. So that I'm just saying that to say that okay,
like they're all strong.
They don't, but they're also little boys. Like when what was his name? Arthur was on the beach right before the alien came out of his guts. He said, "Come on, boys, let's go back." And they ran up to him like cute little puppy dogs and grabbed his hand and started walking back. So they don't know. They don't know how strong they are.
I feel like the two guys are either they were very young when they transferred their consciousness,
and Nibs.
So I think they're the youngest.
I think Nibs is youngest. Nibs, the redhead, she was the youngest. Like when you go back to the first episode, you show her and it shows her being
right. But once again, when we talk about like just actual physiology and psychology, women.
Girls, here comes a Duke Kelly. Age ain't nothing but a number. Yeah, all right.
And the two guys are around the same age.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, like, yeah, she's young and impulsive, and like has the quickest temper and whatnot. But it's almost like the two guys are like, they're just little boys. Like,
Yeah.
they can be manipulated.
Oh, she can't too. The problem with Nibs is that damn eyeball tried to get her, and she's in PTSD.
Traumatized.
Yeah, it's like, because to me, when I looked at the beginning, I felt like when I was looking at the kids when they first had them in like the first or second episode, I think it was the first episode, and she seemed to me like she was like, if I had to just spitball it, I'd say she was like around 5, and then the boys were around like 8, and then Curly and Wendy were about a little bit older, like around 10 or 11. And that's kind of like what I got. So, and you could kind of, and the way they play that, you see that. Because Nibs is fried. Her brain, like, after that thing tried to attack her, up is down, down is, left. And yeah, she's just, just crazy. She's off, and then they had to wipe her brain again. They rebooted her up. So
she obviously retained something.
Yeah, she retained that scrumph.
Yeah. That scrumph.
That scent, that... And what? So I always get confused. They're not the hybrid. She's a hybrid.
Who?
Nibs. All the 5 kids are hybrids because they're scents. They're
total scents. Yeah, their bodies are totally made.
But they kept calling them hybrids, because the scents are the ones like Clerk Kirsch. Hybrids are scents with the human mind in it.
The human,
yeah. So you have the scents who are like Kirsch.
Yeah, Kirsch is a total robot.
Scent. That's what they call scent. And then the hybrids are robot. Well, human minds put in robot body.
Robot parts.
Yeah. And then you have the other dude, the brother,
he's a cyborg.
Yeah, he just has
a human with robot.
And I'm sorry, that fight was horrible, dude, because he just had that one arm. That synth would have ripped him apart. That's where, like, that kind of brought me out of it, because it's like that brother's dope with his one arm. But it's just one arm, and it's like, I know that arm is. He's almost like what's my man from Marvel? What's my man from Winter Soldier? He's like Winter Soldier, but
Bucky.
Yeah,
but we don't know if he has other enhancements.
Well, okay, you're right. We don't know. And so that for me, that's a problem because
had enhancements in his brain.
But the strength that he displayed was, to me, it came out of like. It went beyond what they had shown throughout the season, and he had fights throughout the season. And so it's like, I just felt like it. Those are the things that brought me out of this episode. There were a couple times.
This was the first time he was fighting for his life.
But those are the things that bring me out of the show. Because I'm like, well, when you set something up, which I love what they set up with him, and he is stronger than the average man. He's stronger than the average bear. But at the same time, it's like through the whole lore of aliens, synths are way stronger than humans, just like the kids are. Basically, the kids to me have the strength or ability of what synths have, and maybe a little bit more.
But can we? I think we can. I think we can assume that the hybrids have different abilities than the synths, right?
Very possible. Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
And so I think we got to be careful about not being confused with like what we saw Wendy do and how she handled the xenomorph and whatnot. And we know she's like super fast and she can process information. And yes,
they're an upgrade. They're definitely an upgrade.
Kirsch showed us, but I think Kirsch and Boy Cavalier's father, quote unquote father, are around from the same era. Right.
And the brother is, remember, the brother too.
The father was the first one.
The cyborg. The brother.
Assume Kirsch came after.
Yeah.
But the cyborg.
He's older than all of them because that nigga was on a ship. He was on a ship for years before.
His enhancement.
And then all he had was an arm, dude. He had the arm. From what they showed us.
Came from Yuri or whatever her name is.
Yeah. Watani.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, Utani. Yeah. So, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, hopefully some of this gets answered. And
that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you're wrong, whatever, but all I'm just saying is like when you just magically give people abilities, and it's like you've had all season to set this up. And now at the climax of the season, you start throwing in you start sprinkling magic stuff. I'm like, come on, dude, you gotta let me know something. Like, here's a perfect example. Like all through the season, I thought they did enough to let us know that she made that connection with the alien, right? I thought, okay, you did enough. I got it. But then the technical abilities that she had, they could have sprinkled that in a little bit more so that by the time she's fighting Papa Cavalier, we get it. But I was like, what? And there's how does she magically get these? How does she get these abilities all of a sudden? Now she's, Emperor Palpatine and stop niggas with the Force. I'm just like, come on, dude. Well, this is too much.
Speaking of Emperor Palpatine, I got lots of Ray vibes. How all of a sudden Ray,
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's my point.
you know, all of a sudden she knows all the Jedi.
Exactly. Even though she didn't study, mind you, she didn't study as a Jedi. Now all of a sudden she's besting. Right. And she didn't go to training camp. She didn't go to training school. She wasn't with Yoda. All of a sudden,
spell lightsaber.
right.
Do you think Wendy has the power to control Hirsch?
She should. If she can pull, if she can control Papa Smurf, then yeah, she should.
Network.
I think it depends. Yeah, I was going with that. It depends on whether or not he's on the quote unquote network.
Because I feel like Kirsch has some independence.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know, but to your point of view, does he?
Well, it's almost like Boy Cavalier kind of feared Kirsch a little.
Yeah.
Well, he's always snarky to him.
Or Kirsch knew how to manipulate
yes.
him.
But also with her abilities, I wasn't sure if she was controlling things just because they were on a network or because they were electronic of some sort. Because if they're electronic,
network like everything else.
Because look, here's my question: what if they're on the helicopter? You know, when Kirsch was coming back to the island or trying, what if Wendy's on a helicopter with them? Right, that helicopter, a modern helicopter, is going to have Bluetooth or whatever just in it. So can she go through any network and just control anything? Like. To Javon's point, or does she even need a network? She might, mano y mano. Oh, you got electric circuits? I got electric circuits, and I can control you now. They never explained a lot of that stuff, so like that's why it became jarring. And again, I'm not. It sounds like I'm just shitting all over the. I really enjoyed the show, but I'm just saying there are moments that brought me out where I'm like that I thought could have been done better, and it just you know. But for
you know, there's always the I guess fear, for lack of a better word, that they're gonna make this character too powerful.
Yeah,
and like that's what happened in the show Heroes. They made
they totally screwed it up.
Way too powerful, and it's like, well, nothing can hurt this guy now. Like nothing can stop him, and it's like, come on.
It's almost like Superman. It's like you run out of stories to tell because he's uber smart and uber strong. What are you gonna do?
Motherfucker can do everything.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
She's gonna become Agent Smith.
Right, Agent Smith.
Get into the network.
Hello, Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, or he actually more like Neo even because he can.
Yeah,
control the network.
Yeah,
no, she's definitely more like Neo.
She became the one all of a sudden. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I put the Agent Smith because he gets into the network and spreads like a virus.
Right.
Yeah.
Conversation was going towards that, but yeah, she's definitely like Neo. So is there going to be season? JD, you say
I heard it got picked up. I heard they got season 2 greenlit.
What do you guys want to see revealed in season 2 that wasn't revealed here?
I want to go to one of the other, Yutani. I want to go to like a different company, like have it kind of shifted, because they got 5. Like to me, it's like 5 seasons. It's perfect what they set up. You got these 5 corporate structures that control the Earth. It'd be interesting to see.
No, it's 5.
It's 5. So to see them jockeying over control of this new technology, these creatures, would be pretty cool. And her, because I think now. You know, the creatures is one thing. They've shown their humans are getting more facile at controlling them and capturing them, whatever. But for her, she's this whole new entity that they're gonna have to try to deal with. You know, and
so
she can start a Jedi Academy, and then if you go after her,
the other three, whatever companies.
The other 4 before. Well, besides one, Yutani.
No, we saw Yutani.
Yeah.
And Boy Cavaliers was
Prodigy.
They haven't even been alluded. Well, they've been alluded to, but they haven't been shown in any way.
Right.
So does that mean that they're going to have to establish these worlds?
Well, a little bit, I'm sure, but I don't think it will take as long because now that they've laid the blueprint. It's not like we're starting from square one where they have to really dig into it. It's like I can make the leap. Oh, this is another one of these companies, and now they're.
I mean, as it is, we know very little about Yutani.
Yeah. So I would be season. My pick would be that for season 2. Like now we shift everything and kind of have that more centered. Yeah. Like they come on the island because what we did learn is that the island's been cut off communication wise, and they're all chained up in this cage, and Yutani knows what's going on. So Prodigy
has a new toy,
right? And Prodigy doesn't know that things are down. So like it's giving Yutani a window to get there. And get what they want to steal or take from Prodigy, and then mayhem will ensue, or the fun begins between those two corporations. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how it goes.
And the weird thing is, I think that those two are actually, I don't want to say minor corporations, but if in the alien, like the whole infrastructure of it, Wayland is the big over everybody, and we haven't even really talked about Wayland in this whole thing. And Wayland is the company that all the other alien movies that we talked about, all the other things, they're the ones.
Wayland-Yutani.
Wayland-Yutani is Wayland.
Oh, it is Wayland-Yutani.
Yes, it's together. No.
That was her ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it just said Yutani on it though.
Yeah, so that is the.
It's the same core. It's just Wayland-Yutani is the same.
So that is the big one.
So then there's three, and I don't even know if there are like to your point, Javon. That would be very interesting in season 2 to really get a better sense of who runs what. Is it just 5 equal? They just divided up the earth, and these are the 5 corporations that run it. Or is there one bigger one? Like one is Microsoft, and then you got other ones that are like smaller or whatever. There's Microsoft, Apple, and then Texas Instruments. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know.
Well, we know Prodigy is in trouble because its leader.
Yeah.
First of all,
he's a kook. He's a nut. Yeah.
He's a total kook. You take your ADHD
He's
meds.
definitely a sociopath.
I mean, he might be brilliant, but motherfucker, like you all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be curious. All right, gentlemen. Well, this has been a great conversation. We'll have to wait 2 or 3 years before season 2.
Hey.
Oh God. If it pulls The Sopranos, I'm out.
Yeah, no, I thought I heard it was gonna go. They're looking to do it quicker. So I'm not.
Right, we'll see.
Hey, have you guys been watching Peacemaker?
Nah, man, you keep trying to get us on that.
Yo, dude. You don't like it. Come on, Mikey, you don't like anything. Let's get Mikey to try it.
No, I tried to watch Peacemaker.
Yo, dude, it's one of my favorite shows, man. It's on point. Season 2 has been great.
I'll probably start watching it, JD.
I've heard nothing bad about it except from a dude who hasn't watched it.
What was the show that it was born out of, JD? It was sort of like an Umbrella Academy.
It was born out of
it's the squad,
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. The second one, which was way better than the first one.
I disagrry.
I know, but everybody else agrees with me that it's it's only being right. But hey,
how was the second one better?
It just story wise, the way everything unfolded, the direction, everything was just better. It was written better. It was shot better. It was just better.
Characters were way too long.
No. What'd you say? Her skirts?
Her shorts were way too long.
Of course, that's why you didn't like it.
For joining us. Thank you for joining us this week. Another episode of Dungeons and Dragons. These two will probably keep going at it.
Yeah.
Be sure to like, share, and let us know if you saw Alien Earth. Let us know what you think, and let us know what you think about the state of the country right now. Do you think? Were you inspired by
the Xenomorphs? So we need them.
Speech. Right.
Okay.
All right. Peace out.
Oh, what's this? Oh,
Children of Blood and Bone. What's
that, Javon?
Children of Blood and Bone.
We'll talk about it.
Oh, when next week?
Children of Blood and Bone is the next big thing. I'll say.
All right.
Okay. All right. All right.
Javon, if you happen to have an absolute Batman,
I do not. I do not have an absolute.
I need to get that first compilation.
Wow. Yeah. So does everybody.
What is that? What are you talking about? Well, we'll talk after the show ends. We'll talk about it next week.
Are we off?
Ron usually says, "Let's us all sign off," but he kind of just faded out.
I thought we did.
I didn't hear you say.
I said all the things. I said all the things.
JD,
but before you used to throw it, to us like I'd be saying, "I didn't even know to you," and whatever. So hey, y'all, peace. I'm out.
I'm out.
I said peace out.
JD, what screening are you going to?
Hold on.